Uh, Good morning, all of you. Hello, are you able to listen me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good morning. We'll start the session. Those who will join late can go through the link that I'm gonna share on the group, right? Because I think you are having the next session also after my session. Yeah.
Yes,
So
Yes,
sir.
we'll start on time. We'll try to finish it in 20 to 30 minutes, not more than that, right? We'll cover very basic stuff and then you can go through the session. Okay, now are you able to see my set screen?
yes, sir.
Okay, so let's start. Now, what we are going to discuss today? Today, we are going to discuss jump instructions. Okay, as you can see, now there is a difference between normal instructions and jump instructions. First of all, why? Because you know that you are having uh, a register called IP. Do you know what IP do? What is IP? Hello. IP is instruction pointer, right? And what it do? It is a 16-bit register, right? And what it do? It is always pointing to the next instruction to be fetched. So the value in IP will be always your next instruction. Fine. Hello. Hello. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And understand what I'm trying to say?
सर एक बार रिपीट करो ने.
Okay. Instruction pointer is a register, right? In 8086. What instruction pointer do? It will it will contain the next instruction address to be fetched. It is a 16-bit register. So suppose this is my program move ax comma bx jump. So initially my IP will contain the address of this line. Okay, and when I am executing this line at that point of time, the value in IP will be the address of this line. It is always pointing to the next instruction to be fetched. Get it? Clear? Hello. Hello, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so instruction pointer is always pointing on your in your program the next instruction that you are going to fetch. It is always pointing to that, right? Now, problem with normal program and jump instruction is when you are having a normal program like this. This is my normal program, so I know that if currently I am processing this line, next instruction that I want to process is this. After that, I want to process this, right? But when you are having a jump instruction at that point of time, suppose currently I'm executing this line, this is my next line, so my IP is pointing here. But suppose this is my jump instruction. In that case, it is possible that now I need to jump over here. So my IP will, when I'm executing this line, my IP will be pointing here. But after executing this line, I will get to know that my next line execute nahi karwani. I need to jump over here. So my IP value should be changed. How your processor will get to know that which instruction to be executed from the IP. So I am supposed to change my IP if my jump instruction occurs in my program. So that is the issue. Get it? Someone is trying to add. Okay. Please be on time. Yeah. Okay. So this is clear. So what we are going to do is, again, just for the repetition purpose, I am repeating again. We are going to discuss jump instruction. Why jump instructions are special? Because jump instruction will change the flow of your program. Normally, if this is my program, my flow will remain sequential. So first this line will get executed, then this line will get executed. But if I am having a jump instruction at this point, it is possible that my jump instruction will pointing here or my jump instruction will pointing here. So I'm changing the flow of my program. Okay, so if you change the flow of your program, what will change? If you change the flow of your program, your IP will get changed. So you need to change your IP. So jump instruction, in a way, what it do? It actually change the value of your instruction pointer. Now, what is instruction pointer? Instruction pointer is a 16-bit register which always pointing to the next instruction to be fetched. Okay, so your processor always look for IP. what your processor do, whatever the value in IP, it will fetch that value. Based on that, it will fetch the instruction and process it. This is the normal flow in your 8086. Clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Okay, so that's why jump instructions are required. Now, jump instructions can be classified in two categories. As you can see here, it can be conditional jump, or it can be, sorry, it can be unconditional jump, right? Conditional jump instruction means based on some condition you want to jump. It is like our if else statement. So if carry is generated, I want to do this. If my output is 0, I want to do this. So for that, you are having different instructions available which will work with your flags, right? So jump if 0, jump not 0, all are the instructions like conditional statements, right? Same way you are having unconditional jump. JMP is the instruction which is used as unconditional jump. So whenever in your program you are having a jump instruction, you definitely gonna jump for sure, no matter what the condition is. So in which kind of situation you can use this instruction? If you want to make something called infinite loop, in that kind of cases you require jump loop, like jump instruction. Yes? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Same way, now jump instruction can be more classified into again three more categories. It is called short jump, near jump, and far jump. Okay, now what is short, near, and far? Suppose my jump is very nearer to my next instruction, like this. As you can see here, move x, yes, jump xyz, and xyz is here only. This is called label. In your programming language, this is called label. So where we want to jump, we want to jump on label. And as you can see, there are only two instructions in between. So this is called short jump. If your jump size is less than 128, then it is called short jump. If it is more than 128, but within the segment, it is called near jump. But if you are jumping outside the segment, as we know that our segment size is 64 KB. Yes, each segment in 8086 is of 64 KB, right? Total size of your full memory in 8086 is 1 MB. Why it is 1 MB? Because we are having 20-bit address bus, right? 2 raised to 20 is 1 MB. So we are having total memory of 1 MB. We are having 4 segments. Each segment is of 64 KB. Why it is 64 KB? Because all segment registers are of 16-bit. Which are the segment registers we are having? Stack segment, data segment, stack core segment, and extra segment. Yes? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Please,
Yes, sir.
please respond. Please respond. Otherwise, I feel that I'm only teaching to the note, right? And that is not good. So, okay, what we are discussing now, jump instruction can be classified first as conditional jump or unconditional jump. There are some instructions for conditional jump: jump if 0, jump is not 0, jump if carry, jump if not carry. Same way, unconditional jump. If you want
और
infinite kind of, hello,
सर सर एक मिनिट हेलो
thank you.
हाँ સર
Yes,
નિયર જમ્પ ને શોર્ટ જમ્પ માં ડિફરન્સ શું
સમજાવ પાછો આવતો છું. Wait,
હા
wait. આ તો મેં ખાલી હજુ conditional and unconditional કહેતો હતો. Now in short, near and far jump, there are three things, right? If your instruction, the distance between jump instruction and the actual place where you want to jump, like this is my jump instruction and I want to jump over here. So there is a distance of only two instructions. So it is a short jump, right? If I want to jump, but my jump instruction is very far in the same segment, then it is a near jump, same segment. But if I want to jump from one segment to another segment, so my distance between two like jump instruction is 64 kb, more than 64 kb. In that case, it is a far jump. Clear? Yes. Hello.
તો કરો ને ધીમે જાઓ ને સર
Short jump is a jump within a segment and in a small region. So suppose our instruction is on first line, and if I want to jump only 128 bit within the 128 bit, then it is a short jump. Clear?
હા
If I want to jump more than 128 and less than 64 kb, but within the segment, then it is a near jump. Yes? Hello?
યસ
Clear?
હા
Okay, let me explain you again. This is my memory. Okay? Okay. Now, this is my let me show you. Sorry. From here, new segment starts, right? So this is total 64 kb, one segment. Fine. This is my another segment, 64 kb, going on. Fine. Yes. Now, suppose, okay, this is my location 0, 1, 2, dot, 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 64 kb માં જે પણ આવતી હોય તે. Here it is. So, suppose here is my jump instruction, and if I am jumping here, so this is less than 128. Same segment, 128. Then this is my short jump. Yes, if am I having a jump instruction, but I am jumping somewhere here, but this is the same segment, right? Then this is called near jump. But because my jump instruction is here and I want to jump somewhere here in another segment, then this is called far jump. Clear? Hello? Hello? हाँ
128 मतलब क्या बिट्स?
हाँ 128 बिट्स मतलब 8 बिट में आप क्या बोलते हैं 128 नंबर होता है डेसिमल नंबर सो 8 बिट का नंबर होता है देन इट इज within 8 bit it is near jump, more than 8 bit it is far jump. So if you require, suppose what I'm trying to say is, let me come to note again. So if jump and I am having a 8 bit address, then it will be a short jump. Jump instruction, then I am having a 16 bit address, then it will be a near jump. And jump instruction, and then I am having a new code segment and some instruction, then it is a far jump. Clear?
Yes.
Okay, so after jump only 8 bit distance I want to cover, near jump. After jump I want to cover 16 bit distance, it is near jump. And if I need to change a code segment and need to jump, then it will be a far jump. Clear? I think it is clear now, right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Conditional and unconditional clear. Jump instruction is unconditional because it will not check any condition. But if I have written like this, after some instruction J, Z, X, Y, Z, if I am having this many instruction and here I am having X, Y, Z, then in this case, my jump is 0. This means, so if the output of my this instruction is 0 and my 0 flag is set, then in this case, this will jump on this. Otherwise, it will go to this line. This is how your conditional jump works. Clear? Hello?
Yes.
Okay, so this much thing is clear, I hope. Next is, again, your jump can be classified as two more jump. It can be a forward jump, it can be a backward jump. So if this is my jump instruction, as you can see, and if I jump like this on a further location in my program, then it is a forward jump. But suppose in our loop instruction, we have used that our symbol is above and our loop is below. In that case, this is a backward jump. Clear? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so forward jump and backward jump is clear? Yes? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now why we are discussing all these things? Now, thing is, see, if I am having a jump instruction, suppose this is my instruction, next instruction, here I am having one symbol, sorry, called X, Y, Z. Okay, I am having some instruction move AX, comma BX. Then I am having some more instructions. Then I am having a instruction jump X, Y, Z. Okay, so this is a forward jump or backward jump, first of all?
Backward.
Hello? Huh?
Forward. No, sorry, backward.
Backward.
This is a backward jump. Yes, the instruction that you would like to come again is already there. So it is a backward jump. You want to jump like this. So it is a backward jump. Fine. Okay. So in backward jump, now what happens? Why I'm discussing this? Let's wait. Okay. Please be on time. Okay. Otherwise, you need to see the video only. In backward jump, now see again. Just for the understanding, I'm revising and concentrate. Whenever jump instruction comes, you need to change your IP value, instruction pointer. Okay? Because suppose when I'm executing this line, at that time my IP will be pointing to where? Here on next instruction. Yes? Hello? Hello? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what I'm trying to tell you is, okay, whenever jump instruction comes, as normal flow, every time whenever you are executing any instruction, your instruction pointer is always pointing to the next instruction to be fetched. So IP will be pointing here. But after this instruction, your processor get to know that I don't need to execute this line, but I need to go and execute this line. Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
So I need to change the value of my IP from this value to this value. Then only I can jump here, because every time which instruction to execute, that will be decided only based on IP. Fine. So whenever jump instruction comes, you need to change your IP value. If instruction like it is correct, you need to jump. Otherwise, you need to simply follow this instruction. As in this case, this is unconditional jump. You compulsorily need to jump over here. So your IP from here, it will get changed to this. Yes. Hello.
સર
Bolo.
સર હવે જમ્પ કરીને પાછળ ગયું તો એ પાછી ઇન્સ્ટ્રક્શન પાછી નીચેની બી પાછી કરશે એક્ઝિક્યુટ.
હા, આ બધી ઇન્સ્ટ્રક્શન પાછી એક્ઝિક્યુટ કરશે. નાઉ ધીસ ઇઝ ઇન્ફાઇનાઇટ લૂપ, એટલે કોઈ દિવસ નીચેની ઇન્સ્ટ્રક્શન આવશે જ નહીં, કાયમ જમ્પ થયા જ કરશે. બટ સપોઝ forget about this. ચલો, let us take some more example. This is my two instruction, move ax comma bx. Here is I want to jump. These are some instructions. Then there is one instruction called jz xyz. એટલે જ્યાં સુધી 0 નહીં થાય ત્યાં સુધી મારે જમ્પ કરવાનું. Or in our case, we have already done one thing like loop. So જ્યાં સુધી cx ની value 0 નહીં થાય, it will loop, right? And then it will execute these lines. Fine?
યસ સર.
Yes? Okay. So now in this case, what happens when I am on this line, right? My processor is executing this line. Sorry. At that point of time, my IP will be pointing on next instruction here. But actually, I don't want to execute this line. I want to execute this line. Fine. Because I want to jump. Yes? Hello? Hello?
Yes.
યસ સર.
Exactly. So, what happens if I want to execute this line? I need to. Continue. Huh? I can sit anywhere. Huh? Okay. Sorry. Huh? So, what I supposed to do is I need to change the value of instruction pointer every time when I need to change the location of my execution. Fine? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so how to change the IP? મારા processor ને ખબર કેવી રીતે પડે કે I want to change my IP value and which IP value I need to take. Suppose I need to take the IP value of this XYZ, right? I need to know that. Fine? Yes. Now problem is your processor don't understand English. It only understand binary. Yes. So I need to tell my processor some number so that on that number my processor can jump if that instruction will get true and it will change the flow of IP. Yeah? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So whenever JZ jump, any jump instruction comes, I need to give the difference. How much difference your instruction need to go back. Yes.
Yes.
If this distance is 6, if I tell my processor that you need to go -6, then it will go -6 instruction back and it can execute all these instructions again. Every time I need to tell that. Yes, and if this instruction is false, automatically my IP will be pointing on next instruction. It will get started executing next instruction. Fine? Yes.
યસ સર.
Okay, so just for revision purpose, I'm telling you again, jump is a conditional instruction. Fine. Why it is important? Because whenever your jump instruction comes, you need to change the flow of your program. So indirectly you need to change the value of your IP. Why you need to change the value of your IP? Because IP is instruction pointer which always pointing to the next instruction to be fetched. Whenever jump instruction come, it is always pointing to the next instruction. But because we are changing the flow, I need to change my IP value also. Yes. Yes. Hello.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
There
sir.
are there are different form of jump: conditional jump, unconditional jump, short, near, and far jump. Okay. If it is 8-bit, it is short. If it is 16-bit, it is near. If it is another segment, it is far. Then there are two more form of jump: forward jump and backward jump. Now, why forward jump and backward jump is important? That I am gonna explain you. This much thing is clear. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's start with some now again from the scratch. XYZ, move, AX comma BX, some instructions are there. Then I am having jump. Suppose this is JZ, conditional jump. Okay, XYZ, this. Okay, suppose this is my instruction 0 0. Suppose this is only 2-bit instruction, so this is, sorry, 0 1, this will be on 2. This is 2 and 3. This will be the instruction. This is on 4 5 6 7. This will be on 8. Suppose this is again 2-byte instruction, that will be on 10 11 and 12. This is my address. Okay, so whenever my processor comes on this line, this is my processor is currently executing this line. At that point of time, my IP is actually pointing on, sorry, my IP is pointing on this line. Yes, get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But as if this condition gets true, then in that case, I need to jump on location 2. So from 10, I need to jump on 2 if this gets correct. And I need to change my IP so that it will go to 2. So here, instead of XYZ, I need to write down -8. In that case, my processor will get to know that if I am on JZ, I need to change the value of IP because IP will be 10 and I want to change it to 2. Yes? Hello? Then only it will execute this line move AX comma BX. So I need to change my IP from 10 to 2. Hello?
IP 10 क्या है?
Because IP is always pointing to the next instruction. जो my JZ instruction is of 2 byte. Currently it is on 8 location. तो हमारी next instruction क्या से 10वीं location पर.
हाँ.
So IP will be always pointing on next line, not on the same line.
9 था ना?
Suppose instruction is of 2 byte. मैं वो assume करूँ.
हाँ.
हाँ, because JZ instruction is minimum of 2 byte, jump instruction and maximum of 4 bytes. Clear? Never of 1 byte. Done? So we'll assume that it is of 2 byte. Get it? Because it is a short jump. Yes, because you need to jump very near. Hello? Hello? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
हाँ? कोई ने कहीं doubt है? Someone is asking something. Hello? Hello? Are you there? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if I know in advance that, see, now there are, in the background, there is a process called one pass assembler and two pass assembler. Okay. There is always a thing. Now we are not going into detail of this because it will be little bit difficult to understand at this point of time. But because normally it is a two pass assembler and this is a backward jump, because this is a backward jump, your processor is already know that this instruction is of 1 byte, 2 byte or 3 byte. Clear? If this will be the forward jump, your processor will not know. But because it is a backward jump and it is already gone through this line, your processor knows that this is a backward jump and it is a short jump, near jump or far jump. Clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Jai,
हाँ सर.
समझ पड़ी?
हाँ.
whenever you are having a backward jump, your processor will get to know in advance that I need to jump short, near, or far. Okay, and because of that it already knows the size of your JZ instruction. If it is a short jump, it will be a 2 byte. If it is a near jump, it is a 3 byte instruction. If it is a far jump, it will be a 4 byte instruction. As I told you, as your processor already know that it is a backward jump and it is a short jump, it occupies 2 byte for your jump instruction. That's why my next instruction will start with 10. So my IP will be pointing on 10. And we know that if this condition gets true, I need to jump on location number 2. So if my IP is 10, I need to jump on 2. And what is the difference between these two? Minus 8. Yes? Hello?
Yes, sir.
And what is the value of minus 8 in binary? How to represent minus 8? Okay. Do you know how to represent minus 8? In binary? In binary, actually, suppose this is my 8. Fine. 0, 0, 0. And you are finding 1's complement and 2's complement, if you remember. Yes? So 2's complement of my this number is what? Go from this way. જ્યાં સુધી 1 આવે, put it as it is. એની પછી જે પણ આવે એને reverse કરી દેવાના. So I think this is how you can convert your 1's complement, number into 2's complement. Yes? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. This is my 8 in binary. Okay, if I want to find out 1's complement, then in that case simply this is my 1's complement plus 1 is my 2's complement. So in this case 1 plus 1, 10, 10, 10, 1 and 1, 1, 1, 1. So this is my 2's complement of 8. So this is my minus 8. So here when you are assembler will converting this instruction JZ XYZ, what it will replace? JZ, opcode of this JZ and 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0. So every time if my instruction get corrected, my assembler will get to know in advance that I want to jump on this location. समझ पड़ी? Is it clear? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
ખરેખર ખબર પડી?
Ha.
Excellent.
Okay. Okay. Just for the revision purpose, I am discussing again. What we are discussing first, jump instruction કરે શું? ગુજરાતીમાં તમને ખબર પડે ને એટલા માટે. Jump instruction તેને તમારા પ્રોગ્રામનો ફ્લો ચેન્જ કરે. તમારા પ્રોગ્રામનો ફ્લો ચેન્જ થાય તો ફરક શું પડે ઇન્ટરનલી? તમારા આઈપીની વેલ્યુ બદલવી પડે. આઈપીની વેલ્યુ કેમ બદલવી પડે? કારણ કે આઈપી ઓલવેઝ નેક્સ્ટ ઇન્સ્ટ્રક્શન જે એક્ઝિક્યુટ કરવાની હોય ને એના પર પોઈન્ટ કરતું હોય. તમારું પ્રોસેસર કાયમ કઈ ઇન્સ્ટ્રક્શન એક્ઝિક્યુટ કરે? જ્યાં આઈપી પોઈન્ટ કરતું હોય એ જ ઇન્સ્ટ્રક્શન તમારું પ્રોસેસર એક્ઝિક્યુટ કરે. બરાબર? હવે જો જમ્પ ઇન્સ્ટ્રક્શન આવે અને તમારો પ્રોગ્રામનો ફ્લો બદલાવાનો હોય તો તમારે આઈપીની વેલ્યુ પણ બદલવી પડે. બરાબર? હવે મારે જો આઈપીની વેલ્યુ બદલવી હોય તો આઈપીમાં મારે નાખવાનું શું? બરાબર? એ મારે નક્કી કરવું પડે. યસ?
Yes, sir.
હેલો? હવે આઈપીમાં શું નાખવાનું એ નક્કી કરવા માટે તમારે બે વસ્તુ જોવી પડે. એ બેકવર્ડ જમ્પ છે કે ફોરવર્ડ જમ્પ છે. જો એ બેકવર્ડ જમ્પ હોય તો તમારા અસેમ્બલરને એડવાન્સમાં જ ખબર હોય કે તમારી ઇન્સ્ટ્રક્શન શોર્ટ છે, નિયર છે કે ફાર છે. બરાબર? તો આપણે જોયું કે જો આ શોર્ટ જમ્પ છે તો મારી નેક્સ્ટ ઇન્સ્ટ્રક્શન આઈપી ક્યાં પોઈન્ટ કરતો હશે? જો મારી ઇન્સ્ટ્રક્શન 8 નંબર પર છે તો મારો આઈપી 10 પર જ પોઈન્ટ કરતો હશે. આપણને ખબર જ છે. બરાબર? યસ?
Yes.
કે 2 બાઇટની ઇન્સ્ટ્રક્શન છે, બટ ઓબ્વિયસલી તમારા અસેમ્બલરને એડવાન્સમાં ખબર છે એટલે તમારો આઈપીને ઓટોમેટિક 10મા નંબરની લોકેશન ઉપર મૂકી દેશે. પણ જ્યારે આઈપી 10મા નંબરની લોકેશન ઉપર છે અને ત્યારે જેઝેડ ઇન્સ્ટ્રક્શન પ્રોસેસ થતી છે એ ટાઈમે એને ખબર પડશે કે એકચ્યુઅલી હવે મારે 10મા પર નથી જવાનું, મારે જવાનું છે 2 નંબર પર. રાઈટ? એટલે મારો ફ્લો બદલાઈ ગયો. એટલે હવે મારે આઈપીની વેલ્યુ 10 પરથી બદલીને કરી દેવી પડશે 2. એવું કરવા માટે એને ખબર કેવી રીતે પડે કે મારે એને 2 કરવાની? તો એના માટે તમારે એને કહેવું પડે. એટલે જ્યાં XYZ લખેલું છે ત્યાં મશીન ઇન્સ્ટ્રક્શનમાં તમારે -8 લખવું પડે. એને ખબર પડે કે મારે -8 લોકેશન બેક જવાનું છે, આઈપી ની વેલ્યુ -8 કરવાની છે. એ કહેવા માટે તમારે ગણવું પડે. -8 કેવી રીતે રિપ્રેઝન્ટ થાય? તો 2's કોમ્પ્લિમેન્ટ થી 8 નો 2's કોમ્પ્લિમેન્ટ ફાઇન્ડ કરો, that is your -8. Clear? This is what we have discussed. Now it is clear?
यस
हेलो.
बट सर
हाँ बोलो.
लेबल दिया जब हमने जंप
हाँ.
के बाद, तो उसको खुद ही पता चल जाना चाहिए ना कि किस स्टेप पे जाना है. उसमें हम लोग क्यों एक्स्ट्रा मेहनत करें?
नहीं XY वो उसको खुद ही पड़ जाता है, ये हम सब नहीं कहते. इट इज डन इन द बैकग्राउंड इटसेल्फ, बट बैकग्राउंड में ये सब होता है तब उसको मालूम पड़ता है.
ओ बराबर.
हाँ, this is not done by us. We are not doing anything of this sort. We are simply writing JZ and it will do everything by itself only. But what it do in the background so that it will get to know that कि यहाँ पे जाना है. This is what it do. Clear?
यस.
जो हमने अभी किया ना वो करता है बैकग्राउंड में, वो हम सीख रहे हैं. What your assembler actually do in the background. So if you want to develop your own assembler, own compiler, तो आपको ये चीज भी ध्यान में रखनी पड़ेगी. As a compiler developer, not program developer. Basic. Get it?
यस.
Yes?
यस.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, हाँ जय,
हाँ सर.
एक जय डाउट पूछतो है. Any doubt?
No.
Okay, now last topic for today's session. Now suppose this is my instruction and I am having a jump instruction here. I want to jump on XYZ. This is my location and here is my XYZ where I want to do something. Move AX, BX. Now this is a forward jump or backward jump?
Forward.
Forward.
Forward jump, because I need to jump from here to here, right? Suppose this is my location 0, 1, 2. Now jump instruction is on location 3 and this instruction is on location suppose 18. Okay, assume that, and this is on location 3. Now when my processor is executing this instruction, jump instruction, at that point of time my IP will be pointing over here. Yes? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Now,
Yes, sir.
problem is because this is forward jump, you don't know in advance that it will be a short jump, near jump, or far jump. Get it? Hello?
यस.
What is the problem?
Yes, sir.
Because it is a forward jump, your assembler don't know what is XYZ and XYZ ક્યાં છે એને હજુ ખબર નથી કારણ કે તો હજુ jump instruction પર જ પહોંચ્યું છે. So now it is a confusing part from a assembler that it will be a far jump, short jump or near jump. So see, if it will be a CS colon something, then it already know that it will be a far jump, right? So far jump હોય તો instruction પરથી ખબર પડી જાય. But from this instruction it will get to know that it will be a short jump or it will be a near jump. Yes? Hello?
Yes, sir.
If it is a far
Yes.
jump, from the instruction itself it will get to know that it will be a far jump. But it is only a symbol, so it will get confused between it will be a short jump or a near jump. So to be on a safer side, always to be on a safer side, it will consider it as a near jump, right? So what it will do, it will occupy 16-bit after that jump opcode. Why? Because short jump requires 16-bit. Yes? समझ पड़ी? जो though it is a short jump and I only require 8-bit of jump, but still because it is not clear that where your XYZ is, it will occupy how many bits? Hello? 16 bits. So now at that point of time my this instruction will become of 3 byte. So if it is a 3, my IP will be pointing on 6. Yes? Yes? Hello?
सर 1 बाइट 8 बिट ना,
1 byte?
मतलब 8 बिट्स.
1 byte is for jump, JMP, and 16-bit is for the distance. So there is a 2 more bytes. So total 3 bytes. Yes? Hello?
ओके ओके.
So in this case, my jump instruction is become a 3 byte instead of 6. Yes. Hello. Hello. Hello.
हाँ सर हाँ
Yes, sir.
Sir.
અભિષેક માઇક દૂર રાખ ભાઈ, કાનમાં બહુ ખરાબ વાગે છે.
हाँ.
Are you able to listen me now? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Actually, sorry, because of the internet issue, I'm not able to speak. Are you able to see my screen, or should I need to present? Okay. Let me start. હા કરું છું. બંધ હતું, આ બંધ જ છે. Okay, so now suppose what we are discussing, if it is a forward jump, okay, તો તમારું assembler અહીંયા આવે. Now here it will get to know that I need to jump. Yes. Now response, otherwise I am not able to understand you are getting it or not.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now if it is a jump instruction, to be on a safer side, it is always considered it as a near jump, right? So it is always occupying 16 bit instead of 8 bit. Though it is a short jump, I only require 8 bit, but still, as it be on a safer side, it will occupy 16 bit, right? Yes. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if I want to jump from here to here, okay, so at that point of time when I'm executing this line, my jump instruction, my next IP will be pointing on 6. Why it will pointing on 6? Because it will assume that it is a 16-bit data that I need to jump, so it will occupy 3 byte instruction. So next instruction will be pointing on 6 number. Get it? Mari?
यस
મારી હાટે કેમ અમા ચલાવવાના કેમ અંદર છે. હેલો.
Yes, sir.
Get it?
સર
બોલો. એક તો છે ને
One
બોલવાનું
byte.
કરો. I am not getting that you are getting it or not. હા બોલો.
1 બાઇટ એટલે 8 બિટ્સ ને.
શું કહે?
1 બાઇટ એટલે 8 બિટ્સ ને.
હા.
તો આમાં 16 બિટ છે તો 3 બાઇટ કેવી રીતે?
પાછો સમજાવજો. આ મારી બે ઇન્સ્ટ્રક્શન છે. Then I am having a jump instruction, right? Jump પછી XYZ છે. Now I am having some more instruction. I am having XYZ again. Okay, this is on location number suppose 3. Fine. And this is on location number 18. This much thing is clear.
Yes.
Okay, now on yes. Now this is a forward jump, that is clear. Yes. Now in forward jump, my assembler don't know where my XYZ is, right?
Yes.
Yes, in advance. So what it do, it will occupy 16 bit in advance for that XYZ. And my jump instruction itself requires 1 byte, opcode and all, right? So total 8 plus 16 is equal to 24 bit I need, right? Right? So I require 3 bytes. So my assembler here, when it is here processing this line, it knows that my instruction jump is of 3 byte. So at that point of time, my IP will be pointing over here, and that instruction will be on number 6 because my jump instruction is of 6 byte. Clear? Yes. Huh?
sir.
Okay. Now, as my jump instruction get corrected, so in second pass, I get to know that my XYZ is on 18 number line. So here the value of XYZ should be replaced with 6. I want to jump on 18, right? આવું થવું જોઈએ. હું જ્યારે 6 પર હું ત્યારે મારે જવાનું શાના પર છે? 18 પર. What is the difference between 18 minus 6?
12.
So here my XYZ will be stored with value 12. Get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, why I'm discussing this thing? This is just for the sake of understanding what assembler do in the background. It is not actually counting 18 and 3. It will counting 6 and 18. This is what you need to understand. Fine? Because my IP is always pointing to the next instruction. So this is the end of today's session. Just for the revision purpose, jump instruction can be of two type: conditional, unconditional. Okay. Unconditional jump can be of, sorry, JZ, J. It is using what? It will use your flex. Non-conditional, like unconditional instruction is jump. It is always jump. It is used for infinite kind of stuff. Then there are three kind of jumps: short jump, far jump, near jump. Short is of 8-bit. This will be of 16-bit, and this will be of code segment plus other bit. Right? Another, like other than this, you are having a forward jump and you are having a backward jump. In forward jump, it will be like this. So I will pointing on this location. In backward jump, it will be like this. Your label comes before and your jump instructions come later. Okay. Okay. So whenever backward jump is there, you need to count value of IP, and your IP will be negative. Keep in mind, because you need to go backward. In that case, you need to use 2's complement to put the value. How to find 2's complement? Whenever jump instruction is there, you will know this instruction is of 2 byte or 3 byte in advance based on short jump or near jump. Accordingly, your IP will be pointing on next instruction. So you need to, suppose this is on location 18, you want to jump on 8, then you need to do 18 minus 8, sorry, 8 minus 18, so minus 10. You need to write down the code of minus 10, and that will be replaced over here. So this is how your backward jump works. In forward jump, okay, your processor don't know where your next instruction is. Suppose it is on 18. Suppose this will be my second number line. So it default consider it the instruction is of 3 byte instruction, right? So every time when you are on jump instruction, my IP will always pointing on 3 byte later. So it will be pointing on 5. So if I want to jump on 18, 18 minus 5, 13. So I need to write down the code of 13 here, and that will be considered as my jump. Done? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is what we have covered today. I hope this is quite clear. Fine?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes,
જેને
sir.
સમજ પડી ગઈ હોય, they are quite good. Those who are not able to understand can go through this video again and learn it properly. Fine? In exam, till date, every year we'll have 2 example for this. How to calculate jump based on forward and backward. એટલે jump instruction related 2 થી લઈને 5 માર્ક નું કંઈ ને કંઈ તો એક્ઝામ માં આવશે ને આવશે જ for sure. So this lecture is actually important. So go through this lecture and try to cover as much as you can. Fine? Hello?
Yes, sir.
કોઈ doubt છે?
No, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.